Good evening, everybody. Are you able to hear me on the mic? Well, my name is Nicki Junkins. For those that don't know me, I am the president of the league, and on behalf of our board, I want to welcome each of you to this 2018 Holiday Social. I believe the social is my favorite event of the year because it's all about our members. It's a time to get together, to catch up with folks we may have not seen for a while, a chance to welcome new members, to get to make some new friends, to have some wonderful, lively conversation, and enjoy some great hors d'oeuvres in this beautiful setting at the Halifax River Yacht Club. So we're thrilled that you're here. And as I think about the holiday season, I think it's really an important time to reflect and celebrate the achievements that we have made throughout the year. As we reflect on what this league did over the past few months in preparation for the midterm elections, which certainly were wild ones this year, it's just amazing, the accomplishments. And I wanted to take a little bit of time to really compliment you and the folks that worked so hard to achieve those successes. In the background, you're going to see some slides that Ken English took for us. Raise your hand if you participated in any voter service event over the past few months. That's an amazing number. And the work that we did couldn't have been done without you, the volunteers. Let me give you some statistics so you can kind of put in perspective the work that we accomplished. We delivered 44 amendment presentations across Volusia County and actually 2 in Flagler County. We estimate that over 2,000 people attended those events. In addition, we videotaped one of those and made it available on our social media site. And I understand from Wes that over 800 people tapped into that video. In addition, we had countless voter registration and information events throughout the county, where not only did we register voters, but we passed out all kinds of important information to prepare voters to cast an informed ballot. That included 2 high school voter registration events at Mainland and Atlantic, where we registered or pre-registered over 200 high school students. And that's just the beginning. We also were involved in 6 candidates forums, and we have to thank our unbelievable moderator, Ann Smith, for the tremendous and we have to clone Ann. If you haven't heard Ann moderate, it's a thing to behold. But not only did she moderate, she did all of the footwork behind the scenes to make sure that it was a very successful event. We also were very successful with our voter guide this year. We distributed over 5,000 voter guides. We had them at the libraries, and actually Lisa Lewis, our supervisor of elections, recommended our voter guide to all those people who asked. I think Carla even got a phone call from a woman that asked for the Woman's Magazine because it was such an important tool. I know at the polls, I was a poll worker, and I saw people coming in with our voter guide, using them as a point of reference when they actually cast their ballot. We did something different this year, trying to get it out electronically. We used the National League's vote411.org site, and we uploaded our voter guide on that. Thank you to Sandy Horakami, who is not here, but Sandy did a Herculean task of doing all of the behind-the-scene technologies, so that when you pulled up your ballot, you pulled up the ballot that was specific to you, that you didn't have to go through all of the other candidates to get to the ones that you were going to vote for. We had some amazing numbers on that as well. It looks like we had over 24,000 hits on our vote411.org site, and 18,000 of those or more were different people. So that was certainly wonderful outreach. We also, through Gene Tanke's leadership, organized a postcard signing party at the DeLand Library and got out a few hundred postcards encouraging people to vote on Amendment 4. So again, a very successful adventure. The last thing that the league, I want to talk about that the league did is something that we must thank Libby Hildebrand and Ann Harrell, who is not here, who were co-chairs for our party at the polls. We've never done that before. I know it was a very challenging event for them. It was something we hadn't done. It was sponsored by a national group called Sick Nation. And they didn't quite know what the rules were either. And just when we thought we knew what we're doing, they would change the rules on it. And Libby and Ann persevered with our team. We had some wonderful partners. I see Susan Bailey here from AAUW. We had NAACP support, and we had the Delta Sigma Theta sorority support with Ann Harrell and her team, all working together. It was held at the City Island Regional Library Pavilion, and anybody that voted that day during early voting was invited to come and have some wonderful refreshments, to have some music and just some lovely camaraderie. Even had face painting with Denise Fisher. The purpose of Party at the Polls was to increase voter turnout from precincts that particularly had a history of low voter turnout. And we did target 2 precincts in Daytona Beach and sent out flyers through the churches and different events. Ann Harrell has informed us that after looking at the data, there was an increase of 34% in the turnout among those 2 precincts. And we attribute much of that to the work of this team. So thank you very much. We also had a couple of successes that I think we need to mention at the state level. As you know, we were dealing with those horrendous bundled amendments that were put on the ballot by the Constitutional Revision Commission. Every single one of them was challenged in court. Only one of them was removed. The one that was removed because of the suit brought by the League of Women Voters of Florida. And that suit would have allowed for a parallel education system that the state would have run and could have brought charter schools and other schools into our district without any school board involvement at the local level. So the league did persevere and they were successful. So again, another success was a lawsuit that was found in favor of the league. And it resulted in having precincts on our large university campuses so that our college students did not have to travel long distance in order to cast a ballot. So another success. And probably the most exciting, I think, in terms of what we're all about, and that's making sure every person gets to vote, is the passage of Amendment 4. The passage of Amendment 4 means that ex-felons who have completed their sentence will now be able to vote as soon as that sentence is completed. And I want to thank Jean Tankey for her work. She spent a lot of miles on her bones running around trying to get petitions signed, and then once it was on the ballot, making sure that we were educating voters and passing out all kinds of information. So it has been a tremendously successful year. It has been a year of a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, but wow, did we accomplish a lot. And we accomplished it because of each one of you. Because the league doesn't have a lot of funds. Well, what we have are the best volunteers in the world. And we want to thank you so much for your commitment and support. And thank you, and enjoy the evening and celebrate your success and enjoy each other. Before I put the microphone down, I would like to let you know that we have handouts on the table, that we're giving you a little update of many of the things that are coming up between now and the end of January. Libby's going to talk to a couple of them a little later, but there are lots of wonderful events. Just want to highlight one coming up Monday night. Our own juvenile justice team is going to be talking about civil citations. And they're going to be doing a run-through of a program that they're going to make available to the public. So if you're available Monday night, we'd love to have you there. It's a fascinating presentation, and we'd love to have you join us. So with that, please enjoy your evening, and thank you so much for coming, and happy holidays. 139 members. As of today, we stand at 228. Thank you, our membership here, who really keeps on top of that. I do want to make sure that some of you that know that we send you email messages notifying you of all of our meetings. And sometimes people change their email addresses and we don't know it. So if you're not getting our emails, please let Monique or myself or Ann Smith know. Ann is the one that sends those messages out so that we make sure that you're getting notices of everything we're doing. In order to accommodate the interests of our folks, we're also adding 2 additional action teams that we're really excited about. Mary Ann Connors is not here tonight. Some of you may recognize the name. Mary Ann was the former Assistant Deputy County Manager for Volusia County for a number of years, and has huge interest in growth management. And I know in many of your communities, there is quite a discussion going on about growth management, how we're going to manage it, how we're going to pay for infrastructure. Mary Ann is going to be putting together a growth management action team. And so you will be hearing more information about that. But if you would like to be part of that group that's engaged in that work and looking into it, please let myself know or Mary Ann so that we can put you on the list when they meet. The other team that we're getting going is really a legislative action team. Olga Hernandez, who was here earlier but had to pick her husband up at the airport, is going to be heading that team up. And really that's kind of a coordinated effort to have us have ongoing dialogue with our legislative delegation. She'll be setting up meetings for us. She'll be giving us a little bit of training on lobbying and how we effectively present our case. Tremendously talented speakers that come from different perspectives, looking at the healthcare system and what the status is. And that's going to be held, let's see, you've got the information in front of you. I think that one is going to be January 5th. It's going to be in the morning. It's a Saturday, 10 to 12, City Island Library, and we will be going to a local restaurant afterwards. So if you're interested in healthcare, by the way, that's open to the public. So please feel free to let your neighbors and your friends know about that. The more that hear about this, the better, because things are changing with our healthcare system. We also have a very important hot topic that was rescheduled. It's going to be on January 28th. That's a Monday evening. It's a hot topic on Volusia's future, what's ahead. So if you've wondered what's happening with growth management and what's really going to be some issues that are going to be confronting us, that will be a great one. We have 2 noted speakers on that, Clay Irvin and Lois Goldenbeck, both people very much involved in growth management. That will be 6:30 to 5:30 to 6:45. And that one is at New Smyrna Library. So we're trying to spread out around the county to give you access. I don't mean to have my back to you all. And then, of course, Libby talked about the Heritage Bus Tour. That's going to be very, very exciting. And I want to thank Glenn again for being our moderator. Can't think of a better person to do it. Anybody have any questions or other issues from the floor? Ann?
I just want to say, if you don't get a constant contact next week with this information, please, I say let me know, but I don't know, you can't do that, but let Nicki know, let somebody know in the league so they can let me know. Because the constant contact will go out to members with all of this information. So I need to know if you're not getting the emails. Okay? Thank you.
Also, I will let you know that we are very active on Facebook. Nancy Vaughn and Wes Lewis help us out with that. If you are a Facebook user, you can always go in there. Our events are posted. And also on our webpage. Betty Johnson manages our webpage, lwvbc.org. We have a calendar at a glance. You just click on it, and the month's activities are listed there. So there's multiple ways of knowing what we're doing, but we do want to make sure that you're getting our content. So thank you again for being here and enjoying.